about your session. I would like to ask one question, sir. Here, this categorical to categorical, which statistical tool we can use, sir?
See, question number 12 has two groups.
Sir.
Question number 7 has 5 groups. So,
correct, sir.
2 category, 5 category.
Acha, sir.
That is why the scale used is nominal. Nominal scale variables are otherwise called categorical variable.
Okay, sir. Okay,
so, nominal to nominal will give a cross tab. Okay?
Yes. Okay, sir. Okay, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Any other?
Hello, sir.
Yes.
Morning, sir. I have one question. I'm Dr. Soumya, Assistant Professor in Govinda's College, Surathkal, Mangalore. My question is, normally when we frame the sample size, is there any particular way to select the sample size?
See, selection of a sample is based on the sample size determination is based on different formula. Actually, the sample size will reveal the characteristics. Actually, the sample size will indicate the characteristic behavior of the population. And when we select a particular number of sample, that must be the representative of the population. Okay. And we have certain formula for the fixation of sample size.
So once I heard that either we can frame a sample size based on the
sample size based on the
she has unmuted.
Yes. Yes, madam. Mamada.
Sir. Yes, sir. My question is, sir, we have spoken about the independent variable and dependent variable, and you said that it is always the association between these two variables we formulate the hypothesis. Now, there are some other variables also which are there in the research study. So, do we take that into consideration or no?
Definitely. When
intervening variables, moderate.
Yes, madam.
Okay.
When I explain the next technique, definitely you may have find another type of variable, another type of scaling.
Okay, this is one question, sir. My another question is, you just took the chi-square test you did by taking a single item, item to item, you have formulated the hypothesis and you did the testing. Now, in my study, I don't know, I'm just asking you, can we take, can we formulate the hypothesis using the construct, the entire construct?
Definitely, if you apply chi-square, there must be nominal scale variable only.
Okay. No, I'm asking whether hypothesis can be tested for a particular construct also.
Definitely.
Yes, sir. Yes.
When you test the validity of the model, in which we have a chain of relationship or network of relationship, definitely each path should have a hypothesis.
Okay. Is there any limitation as to number of hypotheses should be there in a study?
No, that depends on the nature of your study.
Okay. So there can be number of hypotheses.
Some of the scholars under my guidance, they have 9 hypotheses only.
Okay.
Sometimes they have 21 hypotheses. That depends on how many relationships you have formulated and wanted to test it.
Okay. So my study was also on work-life balance and impact on dimensions of wellness, where I have taken almost 8 hypotheses, sir. So that was what I was asking.
No problem. If you have a model having a number of relationships by creating different parts, so your hypothesis must be much larger.
Okay.
Larger number of hypotheses.
Okay. Thank you, sir. Thank
you. Good morning, sir.
Good morning.
Sir, this is Vijendra from Government First Grade College, Hebri, Karnataka, sir.
Okay, tell me.
Sir, while we are using in statistics, we call it as we reject null hypothesis or we fail to reject null hypothesis. So we are not using the phrase we are accepting the null hypothesis.
Actually, the interpretation is like this. The p-value is less than 0.05. Therefore, this statistic is found significant. Therefore, we reject the null hypothesis. That is the best way. Reject the null hypothesis. Because we always want to accept the alternative hypothesis. We want to get positive relationship every time.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
And one more thing, sir.
Tell me. Yes. Any other question? Yes.
Hello, sir.
Yes.
So, question is about normal distribution. How we can explain the normal distribution to students? Because if we use statistical language to explain them, then they won't understand. Can we give any real life example to explain normal distribution?
Actually, after the collection of your data, you just create a histogram. So, so many options are available in well-reputed softwares for data analysis. Here we have an option to create histogram. The histogram will give you a bell-shaped curve.
Okay.
And if it is a bell-shaped curve, then the normality is assumed.
Okay.
Otherwise, the normality can be tested by using skewness on both the sides. Or we have a case test.
Okay, sir. Yes, sir. Thank you, sir.
If your data is not normal, we will go for an application of non-parametric test.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
Okay, shall we enter into the application of another technique?
Okay, sir.
Yes, sir. Sure, sir.
Okay.
Okay.
So once again, I request your attention to this questionnaire. Question number 18, dichotomous effect. Yes or no? If it is yes, what are the factors affecting discomfort? We have 12 factors identified which create discomfort. 12 factors. Starting from over workload to no job freedom. These are the factors which create discomfort in the workplace of women gynecologists. So all the 12 reasons affect more or less the discomfort. Which is the most dominant one? We have 12 reasons, 12 answers for this discomfort. Which is the most dominant one? So that is why we use ranking. Whenever the respondents are asked to rank certain variables, the scale is ordinal ranking. Ordinal ranking. Ordinal ranking. Then I want to identify the most dominant variable, the supreme variable, which creates discomfort from among 12 variables, 12 answers. So what is our hypothesis? There is no significant difference in the reason for discomfort of gynecologists in the workplace. There is no significant difference in the reason for discomfort of working women gynecologists in their hospital. This is a hypothesis. So that purpose, we take all the 12 variables as a bundle. As a bundle, we select all the 12 variables. How to analyze it? Analyze, then take analyze, non-parametric, legacy dialogue, care related. That means we have 12 variables, n number of variables. And what are the question? Question number 18 point A. That means 18.1 to 18 point L. That means 12 variables. We take all the 12 reasons as a bundle and put into this box. Then apply Friedman test. So Friedman test is a non-parametric test used for the identification of the most dominant variable from among n number of variables available, which such variables indicate a particular phenomena. And here the phenomena is discomfort. It has 12 reasons. We want to identify the most dominant reason and click OK. See, when we take ordinal ranking variable, the matrix will indicate mean rank. Over workload 5.95. Night shift 4.49. No specific time 4.87. Likewise, no job freedom 8.59. Can you say which is the most dominant one?
8.59.
This is the problem. See, if you put first rank, that means rank number 1 to a particular variable, rank number 1 to a particular variable, it should have the lowest mean. It should have the lowest mean. Otherwise, the rank 1 may be converted into score. Here, there is no conversion of score, conversion of rank. We simply ask the respondent to put the preferences in the form of rank. When I gave a first rank to a variable, that means rank number 1, it should have the lowest mean. It should have the lowest mean. Just 1 minute, please. Okay. Then there is a rule. If you put the first rank to a particular variable, definitely you should have the lowest mean. Therefore, here the lowest mean in the matrix is 4.49. Therefore, out of the 12 reasons for discomfort, night shift is the most dominant variable. Therefore, our hypothesis is rejected. What is our hypothesis? There is no significant difference in the reason for discomfort of working women gynecologists in hospital. This particular hypothesis is rejected. Why? Because the chi-square value here is 749.455. And the p-value is less than 0.05. Therefore, chi-square is significant. Null hypothesis is rejected. That means there is specific differences. There is specific differences in the mean rank of all the variables, so that we can select the lowest mean. Why? Because a particular variable is having rank number 1, definitely it should have the lowest mean. So from among the variables in the matrix, we select the variable having the lowest min rank, and it should be the most dominant variable, provided the p-value must be less than 0.05 and the chi-square value is significant, so that we can reject the null hypothesis. So this is a way in which we can apply the Friedman test for testing of the hypothesis. So I have explained the chi-square. Then now the Friedman test. Then coming to the questionnaire again. See, here job burnout and job stress. I want to test the dependence, the relationship between job stress and mental exhaustion, physical exhaustion. Anyway, mental exhaustion and physical exhaustion, definitely it will create the job stress. When you have more stress in your job, definitely it will create a job burnout. Consequently, there is a work-life imbalance and family life imbalance. Work-life imbalance and family life imbalance are interconnected, connected each other. Why? Because you have job burnout. Why you have job burnout? Because you are more stressed, job stress. Why there is job stress? Because mental exhaustion and physical exhaustion. Now I want to connect job stress and mental exhaustion. There is a relationship between job stress and mental exhaustion. You remember one thing, these variables are measured. These variables are qualitative variable. Such variables were measured by using interval scale. Not nominal scale, not ordinal ranking. Such qualitative variables were measured by using interval scale. Therefore, whenever we use interval scale for the measurement of a qualitative variable, the qualitative variable becomes quantitative variable. If you have a quantitative variable, definitely it will create a normal distribution. If you have a variable which creates normal distribution, definitely we will go for an application of parametric test. And what is the hypothesis here? There is no significant dependence between job stress and mental exhaustion. Job and mental exhaustion, there is no relationship between these two. This is our null hypothesis. And how this null hypothesis is to be tested? See, take analyze, regression, linear. Our dependent variable is job stress. Our dependent variable is job stress, dependent variable. Job stress. Our independent variable is mental exhaustion. Mental exhaustion and physical exhaustion, which will create a job stress. Or job stress is a function of mental exhaustion. And I want to identify how far mental exhaustion affects job stress, or how far job stress is influenced by mental exhaustion. Job stress dependent variable, mental exhaustion independent variable. Click OK. Whenever we apply regression, firstly we will observe R square. R square. First is value we will observe. Second value we will observe is the ANOVA, the p-value is significant or not. Third one, simply the beta coefficient and t value. Firstly, you will observe R square. Second, ANOVA. Third, the beta coefficient and associated t value, whether it is significant or not. Come to R square. 0.816. 0.816 means 81.6%. 81.6%. So here we can say that Mendel exhaustion has 81.6% influence on job stress. Or job stress has 81.6% influence on Mendel exhaustion. What is the rate of the influence of Mendel exhaustion on job stress? Only 81.6%. So where is 18.4%? Where is 18.4%? That's the question. 81.6% influence is given by Mendel exhaustion on job stress. So where is 18.4%? 18.4% influence is due to some other variable we have not taken into consideration. Such variables are called unobserved variable. Unobserved variable. We have taken only Mendel exhaustion and it has 81.6% influence on job stress. Or job stress is changed due to Mendel exhaustion by 81.6%. The remaining percentage is due to some other variables, some other factors that we have not taken into consideration. And what is the impact of Mendel exhaustion here? Mendel exhaustion 0.669 beta coefficient, which means if Mendel exhaustion is increased by 1 unit, automatically job stress is increased by 0.669. That means there is a positive influence of Mendel exhaustion on job stress. Job stress on Mendel exhaustion, there is a positive influence. Mendel exhaustion positively affects job stress. If the Mendel exhaustion is increased by 1 unit, automatically job stress is influenced by or increased by 0.669. Provided here the t value 38.697, which is found significant. Why it is significant? The p value is less than 0.05. P value is less than 0.05 here. That is why the t value is significant. So that our interpretation is totally validated statistically. What is our interpretation? Our interpretation, Mendel exhaustion positively affects job stress by 0.669, which means the job stress is, Mendel exhaustion is increased by 1 unit, automatically the job stress is increased by 0.669. There is a positive relationship between these two. So the null hypothesis is rejected and we accept the alternative hypothesis that there is a strong relationship between, positive relationship between Mendel exhaustion and job stress. You will be very careful in the application of regression because regression is the most scientific statistical technique. It is backed up by mathematics and statistics. And you will be very careful in interpreting R-square, ANOVA value, beta coefficient, t value, and its associated p value. And at the same time, whether the relationship is positive or negative, that will be clearly indicated by the regression output. Here I have taken only one independent variable, that is Mendel exhaustion. And we have one more independent variable. Instead of Mendel exhaustion or in addition to Mendel exhaustion, we have physical exhaustion. Physical exhaustion. How it affects physical exhaustion, we will discuss. Take analyze regression, linear, Mendel exhaustion. In addition to Mendel exhaustion, I take physical exhaustion also. Instead of Mendel exhaustion, I take a physical exhaustion also. Physical exhaustion. So in this case, job stress dependent variable. We have two independent variables, Mendel exhaustion and physical exhaustion. When we add one more independent variable, what will be the effect on the regression output? Job stress, dependent variable. In the last example, we have one independent variable, Mendel exhaustion only. Now we add physical exhaustion, and we have two independent variables here, Mendel exhaustion and physical exhaustion. Therefore, this is a multiple regression, not a simple regression. This is a multiple regression. Why? Because we have two independent variables, Mendel exhaustion and physical exhaustion. Click OK. See, R square 0.870. When we add one more independent variable into the model, R square is increasing. Then another significant. Here Mendel exhaustion p-value is significant here. What is the coefficient here? Mendel exhaustion 0.255. Physical exhaustion 1.024. Why it has happened? In the first case, when we take a Mendel exhaustion only, the R square is 0.669. Here, when we add one more variable into the model, the R square of the first variable will be decreased 0.255. Why it has happened? When we take one more variable into the model, R square is increasing. At the same time, beta coefficient is decreasing. Why it has happened? So there is a theory. When we add more and more variable into the model, R square is improving 0.870. This is a good sign because more and more independent variable which influence a dependent variable. A dependent variable is explained by more and more independent variable under study. This is a good sign. But there is a possibility of decreasing the R square. Sorry, decreasing the beta coefficient. Why it has happened? There is a presence of multicollinearity. What is multicollinearity? Correlation, interconnection among independent variables. Mendel exhaustion and physical exhaustion, these two are correlated. These two independent variables are correlated, interconnected. That is why there is multicollinearity. If there is multicollinearity among independent variable, there will be the decrease of beta coefficient, and at the same time the R square is improving. This is a theory. Therefore, when you apply regression, you must be very careful. If you add more and more variable into the model, the beta coefficient is decreasing. At the same time, the R square is improving. The R square value is increasing. So the multicollinearity is a serious issue when we apply regression. When your data is a time series data, the multicollinearity can be checked by using or verified by using different statistical method and the multicollinearity, the particular issue has to be solved by using another set of statistical technique. So, the researcher must be very careful in dealing with the application of regression. There is a presence of multicollinearity. The multicollinearity is seen in your analysis. Definitely, it will improve the R-square and also decrease the value of the beta correlation. So multicollinearity is a serious issue when you deal with the time series analysis. Then come to another statistical method. This is the last one. See, no peaceful ambience in hospital, interval scale variable, emotional nature of work, impossible time management, no job clarity, no job control, more number of patients, negative reactions of family for long hours of working, emergency and unexpected work, no job sharing, lack of teamwork, rigid social norms and customs, lack of confidence, fear of criticism, communication problem, mental exhaustion, physical exhaustion. These are the variables or factors which affect job stress. Why there is job stress? Because no peaceful experience in hospital, emotional nature of work, impossible time management, no job clarity, no job control, more number of patients, negative reactions of family for long hours of working, emergency and unexpected work, no job sharing, lack of teamwork, rigid social norms and customs, lack of confidence, fear of criticism, communication problem. These are the factors. Mental exhaustion and physical exhaustion. These are the factors which create job stress. Then I want to identify the most dominant factor which create job stress for the gynecologist working in government hospital or for the gynecologist working in private hospital, according to question number 12. Question number 12 has two categories. The first category, private hospital, government hospital. The second category, private hospital. Which is the most dominant factor which creates job stress for the gynecologist working in government hospital and the gynecologist working in private hospital. So question number 12 must be connected to this variable. Question number 12 is a nominal scale variable. These are the interval scale variable. Therefore, the relationship is nominal to interval. That is very important. Nominal to interval. Okay. Then, what is our hypothesis? There is no significant difference in the factors which creates job stress among the gynecologists working in private hospital and government hospital. These factors are connected to question number 12, having two groups. So, how to test this hypothesis? Simply, we take analyze, then classify, discriminant. Question number 12, type of hospital, grouping variable, in which we have two variables, two groups, one government hospital, two private hospital. Continue. How many variables which creates job stress? The first variable is bad environmental climate. Second, no peaceful ambience in hospital, emotional nature of work, impossible time management, no job clarity, no job control, more number of patients, negative reactions of family, emergency in work, no job sharing, lack of teamwork, rigid social norms, lack of confidence, fear of criticism, communication problem, mental exhaustion, and physical exhaustion. All these variables which create job stress. What is our hypothesis? There is no significant difference in the factors which creates job stress among the gynecologists working in private hospital and government hospital. This is our null hypothesis. And this particular hypothesis is tested with the multiple discriminant analysis. Why? Because question number 12 is connected to this variable. Question number 12 has two groups. So there is a nominal to interval relation. Nominal to interval. Interval, pure ordinal scale. Now we have nominal to interval. Then click OK. So what is the nature of the output here? When we apply multiple discriminant analysis, firstly we should observe Wilks lambda characterized by chi-square. You find whether these values are significant or not. It is significant because the p-value is less than 0.05. The p-value is less than 0.05. Therefore, the chi-square value which is characterized by Wilks lambda is significant. If it is not significant, we will not interpret it. If it is significant, we will interpret the output of the subsequent matrices. Then we will observe the last matrix, centroid matrix. And in this particular matrix should have the groups. Here we have two groups, government hospital, private hospital. Government hospital, there is a negative coefficient. Private hospital, positive coefficient. So when we apply multiple discriminant analysis with the two groups, definitely one group should have positive coefficient. Another group should have negative coefficient. And here the government hospital is having negative coefficient. That means negative for government, positive for private. Okay. Then we interpret the second matrix. Standardized canonical discriminant coefficient. Standardized canonical discriminant function coefficient. Negative is for whom? Negative coefficient is for government hospital and positive coefficient is for private hospitals. See, come to the negative firstly. Bad environmental climate in hospital minus 1.253. Another negative, no job clarity. Another negative, more number of patients. Another negative, 0.122. And these are the negative coefficient. Out of the negative coefficient, which variable has the highest negative? Bad environmental climate in hospital. This particular variable is having highest negative coefficient. Therefore, what is our interpretation? Our interpretation is very simple. What is our interpretation? For gynecologists working in government hospital, bad environmental climate is the most dominant variable which creates job stress. Because in the second matrix, centroid matrix, negative sign is for government hospital. Therefore, from the third matrix, we select the variable having the highest negative coefficient. The highest negative coefficient is for bad environmental climate in hospital, so that we can say that bad environmental climate in hospital is the most dominant factor which creates job stress among the gynecologists working in the government hospital. But here, the positive coefficient is for private hospitals. Then the positive coefficient, 0.563 positive, 0.338 positive. Similarly, which is the highest one, fear of criticism, 0.736, the highest positive coefficient. And this is belonging to private hospital. So what is our interpretation? fear of criticism is the most dominant factor which creates job stress to those gynecologists working in private hospitals. So for government hospital, bad environment climatic hospital. For private hospital, the most dominant variable is fear of criticism, provided the coefficient variation is statistically significant. It is significant by the chi-square is significant. Wilks lambda is significant. Therefore, we reject the null hypothesis and say that there is difference in the factors affecting job stress for gynecologists working in government hospital and private hospital. This is the most scientific method of data analysis, provided you should have a positive, so they should have a relationship between nominal to interval, and at the same time, the centroid matrix in which we have coefficient positive and negative, positive for one group, negative for another group. Based on the positive and negative coefficient, the centroid matrix, we identify the highest positive and highest negative coefficient in the secondary matrix, that is standardized canonical discriminant function coefficient. So this is the application of multiple discriminant analysis, one of the scientific statistical technique for analysis. So I had explained in the second section, I had explained multiple regression analysis and multiple discriminant analysis. The regression analysis, R-square is very important, ANOVA is important, beta coefficient is important, t-value is important, p-value is important. Then when we add more and more variable into the model, there is a possibility of multicollinearity. And in the discriminant analysis, we have Wilks lambda characterized by chi-square. Whether it is significant or not, it is significant, we will go for interpreting further output. And in the centroid matrix, you have two symbols, two signs, positive for one group, negative for another group. In the standardized canonical discriminant coefficient matrix, from this matrix, you identify the variable having the highest negative and another variable having the highest positive. Then interpret the results. So this is another scientific method for statistical data analysis. So from 10 a.m. onwards, I explained the theoretical and practical meaning of the term hypothesis, how the hypothesis is formulated, and how the hypothesis can be tested. And in order to formulate the hypothesis, there must be the relationship between variables, how the variables can be measured, especially the qualitative variable. Different scales have to be used, and how the questionnaire is constructed, how the scales are used for measurement of a variable that can be listed in the questionnaire. In the questionnaire, so many variables are there. How these variables are to be measured, that will indicate which is the appropriate statistical techniques to apply for testing of the hypothesis. And chi-square test I have explained, treatment test I have explained, and multiple regression and multiple discriminant analysis. These are the main multivariate analysis technique I have explained here. And if you have any doubt, you can ask.
So may I?
Yes.
When we were using ranking variables, when we were looking at ranking variables, and you mentioned that
Meta, Seta.
Yes, this is Meta, Seta, and yeah. So when we were talking about ranking variables, sir, you mentioned that the most significant variable will have the lowest mean rank, correct? And now over here, when we're looking at multi-discriminant analysis, over there is nothing of that sort. The highest is the highest.
Yes,
am I right?
Yes, highest and lowest. You just listen. If we put a rank 1 to a particular variable, you simply put to 1. Second variable, you put to 2. Third variables, you simply put to 10. Your rank first preference 1. Unless otherwise, you convert the rank into score, the variable should have the lowest mean. Okay. But in the interval scale, maybe 5-point scale or 7-point scale, if you put to 5 for a particular level or 7 for another level, this is the highest one. Rank 1 means 1. Score 5 means 5. 7 means 5. In the case of interval scale variable, we take the highest value. In the case of ordinary rank scale, we select the lowest value. The logic is, if we put a rank 1, it should have the lowest. If we put a highest score, it should have the highest value. Okay, Mita?
Yes.
Any
So
other
may I, sir?
Yes.
Yes, sir. Sir, do we have any, I don't know, in that table where mean rank was shown, do we have any option of giving the rank also by the software? Can the software give the rank also?
Definitely.
Or we need to interpret?
Definitely, when we enter the rank, actual rank in the spreadsheet of the SPS software.
Okay, so it itself gives.
It will give a matrix in which we have mean ranks.
Okay, so one more question, sir. In discriminative analysis, sir, now the table which is shown, the output which is shown on the screen, can we do something like the bad environment climate in hospital? Now negative it has shown, which means it is in the government hospital. Can we have the comparison between a government hospital and the private hospital of each factors? Can we get that output also?
Then we will apply t-test.
Okay, so that is t-test. Yes, sir. Yes. Thank you.
Any other question?
Doctor, sir.
Yes.
Sir, this is Dattatreya, sir. Sir, can we apply these same parameters to other fields also, sir? Education field.
Definitely, provided you should have a grouping variable and at the same time a large number of interval scale variables.
Yeah, sir. Yeah.
Okay.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you so much, sir. Excellent, sir.
Any other question?
Hello, sir.
Bhagilakshmi
here from Govindas College. Sir, this question is relating to sampling. So as I know, that is, if we go with the parametric, we have to go with the probability sampling.
If your data is not normal, you will go for non-parametric test. If your data is normal, we will go for parametric test.
Sir,
so the normality is tested by using histogram or skewness on either side or apply KS test.
Okay. Sir, if the study is based on one particular community, that is also, for example, barber shop, they have their own one community. So that community, only number of employees are too less. In that particular case, how we can select the population and the sample size? If the
see. The sampling is a very, very important module in research methodology. And it requires another 3 hours to explain. Anyway.
Yes.
Sample must be selected from the population. Firstly, you will identify the characteristics of the population from where you draw the sample. Okay. Your population is finite, your population is infinite, your population is clear, your population is not clear, and the population is limited or unlimited, homogeneous, heterogeneous. Firstly, you identify the nature of the population. Then we will decide the appropriate sampling method. Okay, and it requires another 3 hours to explain.
Actually, this is a finite population.
Finite population, then if you have the homogeneity, you can apply. simple random sampling. If the population is heterogeneous, you can apply stratified random sampling. If the population is very large, you can apply multi-stage random sampling.
Okay, okay, sir. Fine. Thank you.
Hello.
Yes.
Sir, you gave us an example of the case study which has from most of the data is qualitative data, sir. So if we consider some examples like stock market analysis, such things where we get the data, mostly 99% the data what we receive will be quantitative data.
Yes.
In such case, you said dependent and independent variable examples in the initial stage while explaining descriptive statistics. There you said that price is independent variable and demand is dependent variable. My question is this always price is independent and demand is dependent? Because when we analyze the stock market, the analysis will be done from both the ends. That is from the company's end and also from the investor's end. So in such case, this variable of price being independent and demand being dependent, it changes, sir.
Okay, madam. Then see, price of share of a company for the last 30 days in stock exchange. So day 1, day 2, day 3, up to day 30. This is a cross-sectional data
sir.
or time series data?
Time series data, sir.
Okay, this is a time series. First day.
So time series data will be better to take for analysis purpose.
Madam, you just listen.
Yes, sir.
First day, on the first day, the value of a share in the stock exchange 1,000. Fifth day, 1,500.
Yes.
Then 10th day, 900.
Yes.
30th day, 2,000. High variation you can see in these time series.
Yes, sir.
This is called heteroscedasticity.
Okay.
First day price depends on the price of the second day. Third day price based on second day price. There is a correlation in the time series. This is called a serial correlation.
Yeah.
Okay?
Okay, sir.
The price of the share of a company is affected by different factors. Can you say anyone?
Their financing decisions or their investment decisions.
No.
Investors' point of view, they probably decide on the basis of dividend decisions.
Madam, not investors' point of view. Any other economic factors which affects the price of the shares in the company. Maybe dollar convertibility?
Yeah.
Price of crude oil?
Yeah.
Gold price? These
Yes,
are
international
the variable.
market.
These are the quantitative variable. Macro and micro factors affecting the price of a share in the stock market. All these factors are quantitative factors, which will create time series. Am I correct?
Yes, sir.
So, instead of simple regression, multiple regression, you will apply economic regression. First, you check the stationarity. And you can apply Garch model for identifying the volatility. And two factors are connected each other. You can apply co-integration models. Provided you will have multicollinearity check, solved, heteroscedasticity checked or solved, autocorrelation or serial correlation check. It requires another software to work that is called as EViews or Stata or Gretel, specifically meant for econometric regression analysis. And such a software is not used for qualitative data analysis. Sometimes qualitative factors may be converted into numerical figures by using interval scales like this.
Okay. Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Any other question? Who is Deepa?